G'day guys, Sean from Life and Tennis. So I thought I'd give you guys a little bit of an update. So in addition to the pennant series that I've been doing, which essentially, gives you a bit of a recap on my team's performance in Grade 4 Pennant, which is the club competition that I play in Australia. I've also been given the opportunity now as part of the First Serve radio program in conjunction with Tennis Victoria to do a little segment which recaps the state grade results, the top tier, the highest level you can play in, at pennant, the pennant level. So it goes state grade, grade 1, and then all the way down to grade 11. So I'll be doing that segment now every Monday. And how it basically works is it's only like a 5 to 10 minute segment. And I basically, do a recap of all of the results for that particular week in the men's and the women's competition. And then I interview a player, usually from a winning team. Just get some insights about, that particular round's matches. And then even on that player themselves, whether they're, an ex-professional, a budding young player coming up, or just someone that's played at, a very, very high level that's still playing at sort of high-level club competitions. So this week I spoke with an ex-professional tennis player called Louise Field. Now she was active, she competed professionally from 1984 to 1994, reached a career high world ranking of number 96 in the world and career best result of the third round at the Australian Open in the doubles in 1987. So had a, it was up there at one point, definitely, was able to if she was top 100 in the world, she was automatically qualifying for the Grand Slams. And now she's, continuing her journey, her tennis journey by playing, at the state grade level in pennant. And she actually led the grade 1 team, the level just below state grade, to a premiership last season. So she plays for a tennis club called Kooyong. But, a lot of you guys around the world, I'm sure, will have heard of Kooyong because that's where the Australian Open used to be played years and years ago before it moved across in 1988 to Melbourne Park, where it is now. Different era of tennis that she was involved in back then, but now she's, back competing at the state grade level for Victorian Pennant competition. So I interviewed her and she had some really interesting insights, about playing back then compared to playing now, and just what the modern women's game is like now compared to, the old days where probably in the 80s and 90s, there was a lot more, serve volley, probably more variety in the game compared to now where the girls just hit the ball so hard. I mean, it applies in both the men's and the women's. But it was a fascinating interview. I will link the audio to that particular interview after this video, after this segment of the video is finished, so you can have a listen. But very interesting opportunity, and I can't wait to really get my teeth stuck into it. And I'm definitely keen to also in the pipeline, I am planning to organize a few follow-up interviews with some of the players that I'll be speaking with on the channel. So hopefully I can get a few of them, one-on-one, to really do a deep dive into their, careers, or just them as players and, what tennis means to them, what they get out of competing, at the state grade level. But guys, enjoy the interview. I spoke with Louise Field from Kooyong Lawn Tennis Club about the season so far.
I was very proud of my team to come through because, it's really nice to be on the top of the ladder.
So how sort of regularly are you playing this season for the team? Are you trying to play every week?
Yeah, I want to play as much as possible. I love it. I always look forward to playing. There was a girl this year, I would have played this week, but there was a girl over from college in America and she was looking for matches, and Kooyong's very, got a lot of good women tennis players, and a lot of them are trying to, make their mark on the tour, or, that's what their goal is. So sometimes, I've got to step back and encourage these kids to come through, which is, that's part of being in a club that's just got so much depth.
For those who don't know, previously competed on the WTA Tour, especially competing at the Australian Open from 84 to 94, which includes a career best third round in the doubles in 1987, also a career high singles ranking of 96 in the world. What enjoyment do you get out of playing state grade pennant these days? You clearly still love competing, as you mentioned before.
I've always loved tennis, and one reason or another, I've always been, drawn back to it. I've had breaks along the way, but last year I was lucky enough to play an event at Wimbledon through the International Tennis Club, the IC, and that kind of got me thinking, I'd better get some matches under my belt. So I played Grade 1 last year. I just loved playing against the young girls, and just the challenge of, they hit the ball hard, and like just trying to work out how to break them up a little bit and, see what I could do with my game. And it, keeps me fit. And I think once you stop, then you kind of on a bit of a downward slope. So I feel like I've got some reasonable form at the moment. So I just enjoy the challenge of turning up each week. I actually really love it.
And you mentioned that, you actually helped lead the Grade 1 women into a pennant flag last season. Is there a noticeable step up in quality from Grade 1 to the state grade level? And what is the women's game like, say, nowadays compared to what it used to be like when you were competing professionally?
They hit the ball so hard. That's the thing. Like, it takes me a while to get used to their power when I'm playing against them, the younger girls. I think we were probably taught to hit all different shots. So our ground strokes weren't as good as what the kids of today are, but, we had probably more variety in our game. We could all volley. We're all taught to serve volley and doubles. I guess that's probably why I can still compete against these girls at the moment, is because, I've always got the element of surprise.
I noticed that you've been the secretary of the International Club of Australia, the IC, which is Australia's player community on and beyond the professional tour. Do you take pride in, as an ex-professional, to giving back to the sport you love and, continuing your involvement with tennis in general at all levels?
I really feel like tennis has given me a lot in my life, like just to start with just physical fitness, but also, the community that you meet through tennis. I know everyone's journey hasn't been the same, but I do hope that I can help people to look at the positives that tennis brings, and even with the young girls, I think there's something different that that I can give to the different, I suppose, generations through tennis. The young girls, I've been playing doubles with them, and I'm a reasonable doubles player these days, but what I feel like I can give to them is that I make them play well. I always seem to have good doubles results, but I'm not taking full credit for it. I just feel like I've got the ability to encourage them in the right way and to help bring the best out of in them. And probably with the IC, the same thing, offering opportunities for people to get together to play, whether that be social or on the court, and just sharing stories from our tennis careers, and lots of laughs and reminiscing, and I think it's good for the soul.
Thanks very much for your time. Really appreciate it.
No problem.
Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed that interview. I am not playing tennis myself this week. I'm still out with a soft tissue injury. It's feeling a bit better. Went for a run today, and I'll probably go for another run on Sunday. So in 4 or 5 days' time. The knee is healing, but it's a very slow process. I'm actually having a hit tomorrow as well, just a light hit with a mate. So I'll see how I feel after that. But one more week off, and then hopefully I'll return to my own club competition the week after, and hopefully the body's all good to go by then. But guys, really keen to hear from you guys what you thought of the interview, and for anyone out there that actually is an ex-professional or has played at a really, really high level, was trying to make it professional, maybe didn't, and still competes at a very decent level of club competition. Keen to hear what you enjoy about competing, what it's like to I guess grind out there on the tour, and then especially for those that I guess haven't been successful, to then come back and whether you still get the same enjoyment and love out of competing, or whether it's one of those things where it's hard to to go back when you have competed at that that highest level. Keen to hear what your feedback is. But as always, guys, please like and subscribe for more life and tennis related content. Cheers, guys.